Oh, so the couple who literally sobbed and wailed about wanting privacy and being hounded by the media just happened to magically appear at the most ridiculously televised, most watched, most camera-infested sporting event in the entire United States of America, sitting right there in the front row, colour-coordinated in matching Dodgers blue like some kind of desperate couple's Halloween costume, with the Fox cameras predictably zooming in on their calculated faces every single 5 minutes without fail. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another thrilling episode of the Harry and Meghan Circus Show, otherwise known as the absolutely never-ending, exhaustingly perpetual world privacy tour that never actually ends. This week's particularly cringe-worthy instalment, the Dodgers game debacle, naturally. Picture it, if you will. Los Angeles, the city of angels and broken dreams, Game 4 of the World Series, the biggest night in baseball. The crowd is absolutely electric, buzzing with genuine excitement. Celebrities are scattered everywhere you look, actual famous people, and right there, sitting in the most visible, most obvious, most camera-hungry seats of them all, we have the Ginge and Cringe duo themselves. Because absolutely nothing screams. We just want to live a quiet, normal, private life away from the spotlight, quite like deliberately sitting in front row seats that are worth literally tens of thousands of dollars, while Fox's entire camera crew repeatedly pans to capture your every rehearsed grin and manufactured smile. Now, just in case anyone out there happened to miss the absolutely cosmic, universe-sized joke here, these are the exact same two people who once dramatically sued multiple media outlets for having the absolute audacity to photograph them, simply walking their dog on a public street. Yet somehow, mysteriously, conveniently, they managed to find themselves positioned smack dab in front of literally thousands of flashing cameras right behind the pitch clock where everyone could see them. Privacy clearly means something completely different, something totally alternative, in their Montecito bubble mansion. But wait, there's more to this story, because those particular seats, those specific expensive seats they chose, they were positioned directly in front of Sandy Koufax, literal baseball deity and Hall of Famer legend, and Magic Johnson, Los Angeles absolute royalty, Lakers legend, and, oh yeah, part owner of the actual Dodgers franchise. These men are genuine sports icons, authentic legends. They are Los Angeles, and yet there sat Harry, a man whose closest brush with any kind of athletic greatness was losing repeatedly to Prince William at polo matches. In front of them sat Magic Johnson, self-made billionaire, respected philanthropist, successful franchise owner and businessman. Behind him, Harry, that guy who once famously played strip billiards in Vegas and got photographed naked. Make it make sense, seriously. Naturally, predictably, the internet absolutely exploded into a frenzy. One passionate fan fumed online. Prince Harry and his wife sitting directly in front of Sandy Koufax. Unfucking real. Absolutely unbelievable. Another fan raged furiously. Why the hell are they positioned in front of Sandy? While yet another simply said with exasperation, they need to leave immediately. The overall tone was a distinct blend of disbelief, genuine irritation, and mild second-hand embarrassment for everyone involved. Meanwhile, Meghan was doing her signature trademark move that everyone recognises. Eye-fucking the camera relentlessly. All manufactured smiles, all rehearsed waves directed to no one in particular and everyone simultaneously. She seemed significantly less interested in the actual game unfolding and substantially more focused on finding the nearest camera lens to lock her calculating eyes with for maximum exposure. The Dodgers had barely made it through the first inning before the cameraman found them repeatedly, again and again. It was like watching a reality show within a baseball game, entertainment within entertainment. Then came the fateful, inevitable Jumbotron reveal moment. You could almost hear the collective groan from genuine Dodger fans as their faces suddenly appeared on the massive screen. For some witnesses, the sound that followed was unmistakable and damning. Boos, actual boos. For others, there was an eerie, awkward, polite silence, which, let's be completely real and honest, might actually be even worse than booing. Imagine spending literal years desperately begging people to care about you, to pay attention. And when they finally see you, when you finally get that moment, they collectively shrug with total indifference. Harry and Meghan have built an entire empire, their whole brand, on being noticed, talked about endlessly, photographed constantly, and yet, when they finally step into America's biggest baseball stage, the general public's response hovers somewhere between complete apathy and who exactly are you again? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just came on the big screen, and the whole stadium started bullying them mercilessly. That's not just a simple PR miss or minor miscalculation. That's a PR catastrophe unfolding in real time for everyone to witness. Let's pause for a moment and remember, this is the same Harry who spent his entire memoir, Spare, lamenting dramatically about how the paparazzi supposedly destroyed his peace of mind and mental health. Going on about the flashes, the frenzy, the lack of control over his image. His carefully chosen words painted a portrait of a man supposedly haunted by fame and attention. And yet, here he was, beaming broadly for the Getty photographers, smiling away as if the trauma he described came with a convenient day pass for special occasions. One ex-user summed it up best, and most succinctly. He's fine with the flashes when the lighting's good and the angles are flattering enough. Another added sarcastically, "Don't worry, guys. The therapy bills from this are probably tax-deductible write-offs anyway." And Meghan? She was clearly in her natural habitat, her comfort zone. Camera-ready grin plastered on. A seemingly sixth sense for finding the nearest lens pointing anywhere near her direction. Someone online joked perfectly. She finds cameras like a heat-seeking missile locks onto targets. You could practically see her telepathically instructing the cameraman directly. "Zoom in, darling. My left side's the good one, you know that." But the biggest mystery of the entire night wasn't their predictable behaviour or staged smiles. It was their very presence there. Why were they there at all, seriously? Neither of them has ever shown genuine interest in baseball previously. Harry probably thinks the Dodgers are a polo club or some British cricket team. Meghan, once the self-proclaimed darling of Toronto, was a very vocal, self-declared Blue Jays fan for years and years. She gushed enthusiastically in multiple interviews about how much she loved Canada, how it felt like home, how she absolutely adored watching the Jays play. Now suddenly, conveniently, she's decked out head to toe in Dodgers merchandise like she's been a die-hard fan since birth, since childhood. That's some elite-level rebranding and reinvention happening right there. And while we're asking these uncomfortable questions, where exactly were the kids during all this? Archie and Lilibet were notably, conspicuously absent from this family outing. A few parents online weren't shy about calling them out directly. What kind of parents go to the World Series and don't bring their kids along? One fan asked pointedly. If you're going to play at being the relatable LA family next door, maybe actually act like one for once. Instead, what the world saw was two adults who looked profoundly disconnected from the crowd, from the moment, from each other completely. Harry's face was a study in quiet despair and resignation, the kind that says, "I'd rather be getting frostbite in Antarctica with the Invictus team than doing this right now." Meghan, on the other hand, was all performative enthusiasm and forced energy, clapping like a trained seal, over-smiling painfully, pretending to understand baseball terminology she clearly didn't know. "Oh my God, he hit a touchdown, right?" And then poetic justice struck again, as it always does. The Dodgers lost that night badly. The internet wasted absolutely no time declaring they've been markled, cursed by their presence. Memes spread faster than Dodger Stadium nacho cheese across social media. They cursed the team completely. The Dodgers should have paid them handsomely to stay away instead. The Blue Jays won tonight. Coincidence? I think absolutely not. The collective schadenfreude was absolutely delicious to witness. Some eyewitnesses claimed there were no boos at all, just collective indifference and silence, which in LA, the land of shameless self-promotion, is the ultimate insult imaginable. Being ignored at a high-profile event in Hollywood? That's the kind of social death even a multi-million-dollar Netflix documentary can't revive or fix. One fan said it best, and most brutally. In a city that literally claps for itself constantly, they got complete silence. That's absolutely brutal and devastating. Naturally, predictably, internet detectives went digging for answers. Turns out backgrid photographers, yes, the same agency that accidentally on purpose catches them on every single grocery run, were conveniently nearby with perfect positioning. High-resolution photos, perfect lighting, not a single blurry shot anywhere. Almost as if someone tipped them off beforehand. But hey, what's a little coordinated paparazzi stroll between supposed privacy advocates and their photographers? Harry looked absolutely exhausted, hollowed out, as though his inner monologue was stuck on repeat. How did I get here? What happened to my life? Fashion-wise, the couple went for LA casual cosplay costume. Matching Dodgers caps, coordinated blue outfits, and Meghan's signature California tan, glowing like a ring light at full brightness and maximum wattage. Someone online joked hilariously, "Meghan looks like she rolled around in Cheeto dust before coming." By the 7th inning stretch, it was crystal clear this wasn't a couple enjoying a game together. It was a photo shoot disguised as date night, staged completely. Meghan was laughing just a little too loud, clapping just a little too hard, while Harry sat motionless, looking like a man who'd realised too late that the popcorn wasn't spiked with anything helpful. Their faces told two completely different stories, two separate narratives. Together, they were the visual definition of marital PR fatigue and dysfunction. And here's the thing that everyone needs to understand. This isn't new behaviour. It's just another chapter in the never-ending saga of performative privacy theatre. Every outing has the same exhausting energy, hyper-staged, yet deeply awkward simultaneously. They show up somewhere they have absolutely no reason to be, ensure cameras are definitely present and positioned, and then act shocked when people notice them. The cycle is exhausting, even for observers watching from home. Let's recap everything, shall we? They sat in front of baseball legends disrespectfully. They were either booed or worse, completely ignored. They wore Dodgers merchandise despite zero prior fandom or interest. They left their kids at home for a prime-time PR moment opportunity. He looked absolutely miserable throughout. She looked thrilled and energised. The Dodgers lost the game, and the internet blamed them entirely for the loss. In the end, Harry and Meghan's Dodgers cameo wasn't about baseball at all. It was about desperately clinging to relevance and attention.